Hi guys, this is Rusty 78609, July the 9th, 2017, about 12:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and this is coming into Taos, New Mexico. Population, I don't know, around 6,000, elevation around 7,000 feet. Temperature right now is 83 top up degrees or top down degrees, depending on how you feel about that temperature. And they'll probably have some little afternoon showers and it'll cool it down even more, but the morning lows are going to be in the 50s, and I'm going actually to a little higher elevation than Taos to camp for the night if the campsite is available. But for those of you that have never been to Taos, we'll kind of go down here. We'll do this for a few minutes. I know y'all are probably, a lot of you like these driving videos, but I've done so many of them since I've been doing a little bit of driving that you're probably getting burned out. But anyway, it's a beautiful little community. If you, I don't know, if you snow ski, they have a lot of snow skiing here. There's a lot of camping in the area. There's about a 60-mile loop that goes around those mountains straight ahead of you. It's called the Enchanted Circle. You go north towards Colorado, but you go through a little town called Cuesta, turn right, and then you head over to Red River, which is about 9,000 feet in elevation. You come back around to Eagle's Nest, which is 8,500 feet elevation, and then by Angel Fire, and then back to Taos. And it takes about 2-hour comfortable drive because it winds all through the mountains, and you've got to go through those little towns. And of course the tourists are there, and sometimes you can't drive. You have to drive really slow, and that's the way that is. I was planning on stopping at Smith's and getting some water and stuff, but I've got water, and I would rather go ahead and get to the campsite right now and go to the grocery store tomorrow. Now this right here is, you can see the traffic jam, okay? I mean, it's just bumper to bumper to bumper to bumper to bumper. And there is a way to get around this, actually, and it's right up there where that red light is. Take a left. And I could go down this turn lane all the way there and go ahead and turn left, but I guess I'll just kind of play along here. We'll let it go another red light or so. But anyway, this is the Smith's grocery store that I always go to right here. It's where the locals go. And it's they've got good quality food. The prices are okay. You do have to be a member, so to speak. And I guess what I'm going to have to do is go down this turn lane, or I'm never going to get up to where I want to go. See where that red light is up there straight ahead, if you can see that. A lot of the tourists, see, they don't know that you can turn left there and avoid all of this traffic, okay? I know these people, you probably think I'm breaking the law, but I'm not. This is actually a turn lane, and I'm going to go right up here and turn left. And the tourists don't know that. Okay, if you turn left here at this red light, it loops right around the downtown area, and you miss all of this traffic, okay? And the name of this street is what? I'm not sure. It's actually called Camino de la Placita. But this is downtown Taos. If I went straight ahead, what you'd see is more bumper to bumper traffic, and you would see a lot of tourists crossing the street in front of cars and all that kind of stuff. But this goes around the back way and comes out on the other side of town, the north side of Taos, and you miss all the stuff. Yeah, just go ahead and pull out there, fella. Why don't you do that? Okay. See, tourists, I think sometimes because people are on vacation, they assume that the rules don't apply to them because they're on vacation. Well, they do. But anyway, this is the back way. There's a beautiful old church right here on the left. I'll let you get a look at it. I don't know how, it was built in the 1800s. They still use it all the time. But it's Our Lady of Guadalupe Parish, and all those old buildings go back to in the 1800s sometimes. I mean, of course, they've restored them, And this is where the tourists park right here. That's the square in that area, in that direction, right here. And you know, it's hard to find a place to park. Of course, you know, now that I've been here a lot, see this right here, you can park. See right here on the left, that's a parking area nobody knows about. All right. Okay, you gotta stop. Okay. And then right up here, another place you can park if you come here. The public library is over to the left here, and you can go right down that street and that whole area there, the city offices and stuff. You can park there and walk to the square. It's only about 3 blocks, you know, nothing. And so anyway, this is the kind of a back street, I guess you'd say, in Taos, but it's actually a real good shortcut to avoid the downtown crowds. They have a lot of one-bedroom studio apartments for rent by the month in the summer. I rented one time. I think it was like I think it was around $800 a month, and it was fully furnished. It was okay, and it was a quarter mile from the square, which was really nice. And I would walk there every day for exercise and visit with people, and then in the afternoon I'd do it again. I really enjoyed that. However, after about three weeks or so, I mean, after about 2 weeks actually, I was ready to hit the road, you know, and there I was. I had 2 weeks left, so you know, I kind of had to force myself to stay, and I don't like to do that, and that's why I like this way of camping. You know, it's the old rule: calculatus eliminatus. If you don't know what you want, well, then it's easy to do. You find out what you don't want and eliminate that, and pretty soon, if you eliminate everything you don't want, what's left has got to be something you want, or else, I don't know, there's nothing. You just sit and stare at the wall. But having said that, now we're all the way past the downtown area traffic jam, and we'll go left here. This is Paseo de Pueblo, and we're on the street we're on right now is Camino de la Placita. It's the street to the plaza or something like that. But we're not out of the tourists yet. It's still going to be busy all the way out to where you turn to go to Rio Grande Gorge, and that's about maybe 3 miles approximately. But it's like this pretty much all summer. In Santa Fe, the downtown area is the same way. The only difference is it's a little less expensive here in Taos than it is in Santa Fe. Less expensive to eat out, less expensive to rent a place. You know, I'm sure products are less expensive too here. Gasoline here is $2.29 a gallon. I think it's $2.25 at Smith's. They give you a little discount. Of course, I have one of their cards. It's a little membership card, and you can get them at the register as you check out. It's not a big deal. And all you got to do, since I've been here so long, I don't carry the card. I just give them my telephone number, and they key it in, and up pops my number, and away I go. And I do the same thing at the gas pumps, because you get a discount if you're a card holder or whatever, a member, and you just type in or key in your phone number, and you get the discount. It's about 3 or 4 cents a gallon. You also get, if you live here, you get reward points, and if you get enough of those, you get a pretty significant discount on gasoline. But anyway, it's just all this is out here. It's just shop after shop and restaurant after restaurant, and all the way out. And most of these people here will turn either up here. There's an intersection about, I'm just guessing now, I'm going to say about 2 or 3 miles, 2 miles maybe now. And if you go to the right, you go to the Taos ski area. And if you go to the left, you go to Rio Grande Gorge, a very scenic area where you go over the Rio Grande River, or the gorge, on a bridge, a very high bridge, and then there's a visitor center you can park at, or there's places to park on the other side, and you can walk across the bridge and look down at the gorge itself. They have a walking paths on each side of the bridge, so that you can walk out and see it. Every time I do it, I don't get vertigo so much as I get kind of like a seasick feeling when I look down at the river flowing. So anyway, yeah, we're getting on up. We're getting out of the traffic now. Speed limit's 45. Off to the right here, let you see these mountains right here. That's one of those is the tallest mountain in New Mexico, and I never can remember the name of it. I'm not big on names, really. Names of trees and stuff, and plants and animals. I mean, most of the animals I know. But anyway, this is a very scenic area. I really like this. And of course, there are some other places. If you come here, the first time you come here, get a map of the city somewhere. They're readily available. If you can, go by the Chamber of Commerce, and kind of familiarize yourself with the back streets, or else you'll be stuck in traffic the whole time you're here, and it can be very frustrating. Well, any traffic jams are frustrating. This one's just one more. Taos, New Mexico, great place for me. If I drive, I've actually driven here straight through in one day. That was when I rented the apartment out here several years ago. I left my home base and